Hello there.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of To Be in the Same Boat.
We are your hosts,
Karina,
and Erica.
and today's episode is about
Princess treatment.
and girly stuff.
Girly things. Just girly things.
Girly
Karina's
things.
feeling very girly.
I am. I don't look like it right now, though. This is my girliness in a cup, and I can put my lips.
Oh, there you go.
Very
It's
girly.
for the girls. Actually, no, it's for the guys.
It's for the guys to understand the girls,
Exactly.
our brain,
Mhm.
and how the wires there.
Yeah. Wait, so how do you define princess treatment? Or like what is the best example you can give of princess treatment?
Princess treatment is when, best example. I think that's easier, but princess treatment is when you're not doing much, but you're doing everything with your energy. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, what's your?
I just think like princess treatment is just like you're not doing anything at all, and the guy's doing like literally doing and thinking everything for you. That's how I think. I don't know about the energy thing. Like I think I get what you mean. You're like exerting your like feminine energy. Like that's what you're doing, but then the guy is doing everything else.
Yeah.
In return.
Yeah.
I get it, but like I don't really see it. But I do get it.
The way I see it is like the guys are okay. We're generalizing here, and it's not everyone is like this, but
Mhm.
guys in general don't have such big spectrum of emotions, and they don't feel all of that. But a lot of times they still need that. We're still at the end of the day, we're still humans, and we need like both. So I think for them, they're getting that from girls,
Mhm.
and then they are doing the hard things that's the masculine energy. I remember watching this TikTok, and it was saying how like feminine energy is literally, if you work, that's getting away from your feminine energy. And when you're like doing stuff for someone, that's male energy. That's why men are supposed to be like that. Like make money, get food home, and whatever, fix everything. And the girl is just like pouring that out. That's princess treatment in my head.
That's princess treatment. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like literally saw this whole thing happen yesterday when I was at work. This couple comes into the store, and then he was basically just following her around like a little puppy, and I could sense that feminine energy thing you're talking about. And she was just walking around the store, and he was just following her around, and she was telling him all these things, and he was just like listening and like agreeing to her. And then she was very much like alpha in the relationship, I could tell. And then they were like at the jewelry section, and then she was like, see, so this is how I want like my wedding band to be like. And then or like this is how big I want my diamond to be, or something like just things like that. And then they're just talking about stuff like that. And then she was picking up a lot of things like hair clips, whatever, and she was like gathering what she was gonna buy, and then she put them all like on my table, like the cashier, because I was a cashier. And then after a while she was like asking him like, oh, are you done? I'm done. And then he was like, I'm done if you're done. And then she like continued to browse around after saying she was done. So then he just like automatically comes up to me, and he's like, I'll pay for whatever she put down. And then after that, they just left. I don't think she even said like thank you to him.
Were they Asian couple?
No.
Oh.
He was white and she was brown.
Oh, I like fully in my head this whole thing was Asians.
No, and they were like older.
Oh.
And he was telling me how like, oh, it's her first time here. Like I think she's like
older, like
from
what?
somewhere else.
30, whatever?
Like late 20s, early 30s.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
I was observing the whole thing because they were the only customers in the store, and I was like, this is so interesting.
Wait, do you want that in your relationship?
Like, I think sometimes it would be nice, but I don't think I want it every single time. I feel like in my head I would. I think I want it, but then I feel like at a certain point I want to like either also pay for him sometimes as a little treat, or I pay for myself. But I like the gesture, obviously, but I wouldn't say every single time.
Oh, for me, every single time. This is what I'm seeing as my like relationship.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like whatever first month.
Yeah.
Not really, but like if it's like long term, this is how it should be.
Oh, I was gonna ask about that too. Like, do you think it's more important to have princess treatment during the chase or during the relationship?
I think both.
I think obviously both, like consistency. But then, like, do you think one's
but
more
like
important?
in the beginning, it's more like
I think in the beginning it's definitely more important,
more.
Right? Yeah.
Like those like flowers, the flower chocolate period, whatever it's called, the bouquet period. Like obviously all of that, but I think like going into a relationship, you don't expect like I don't expect like okay, that period is done. Now I'm gonna pay for myself. I'm gonna do all of those things 100%, and then maybe I'll pay for dinner once in a while. But that's because I really want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I will like jokingly fight on you on this, but by default, you are paying.
Even if you're like,
even if I'm buying everything for myself, if it's two of us, you're paying.
Like even if you're like married down the line.
Okay,
I feel like that's a different scenario.
So
like,
even
probably
in there,
like sharing like your cards and finances.
See,
together.
but I think it's that like the psychology part of like the guy's paying for him it makes him feel better, and for me it makes me feel better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just like in my head like how my mom and dad used to do it and like still do is they have a like my mom has my dad's card.
Oh, yeah,
and
same.
it's so funny because every time like she would pay when he's not there. She would pay with a card, and because they have different last names, so it'd be like, oh, like who is this? And then she's like, oh, it's my husband, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the daughter. I trust me. But then
wait, they ask that?
Yeah, they have because everyone has same last name. Like a husband and wife back home.
Oh,
get married. You change your last name.
Oh, you mean even the credit card is like your dad's name?
Yeah. Yeah. It's my dad's name, credit card. Because my mom has her credit card with her money. She never uses it when we're all together. Now she does, but most of the time she doesn't. But when the dad is there, it's always like, oh, I'm gonna go, or like, we're done, and then he comes and he does this, and then he leaves.
It's the same for me.
So like I'm used to that, and that's what I am gonna have, hopefully, in my relationship and in my family.
I think it's the same for me completely. Like the parent situation, like growing up, it was always the same. It was like my dad paid for everything. My mom, like I would go shopping together, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I'll buy you this," but it's actually like my dad's money. So I just end up saying, "Oh, thanks, Dad. Like you got me this." He was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, I had that too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, did you used to do that, or just my family? When we go like shopping, so we go with my dad's card or money, and then I come home and we do a whole fashion show to my dad. All the things he bought. It's so funny because I dress up and I'm like, okay, you bought me these pants. Yeah. And my dad's like, they look so good. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just like leaving.
Same. Oh my God, I do that too.
My mom's always like, the first thing we come home, she's like, go say thank you to Dad. And I just go and go
same. Oh my God. It's the exact same thing. We would come back and be like, oh, look what I got. And then he's like always like so happy about it too. But
that's princess treatment.
That is princess treatment.
And we both got in our families.
Exactly.
So it's only obvious that we'll be expecting that in our relationship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I definitely feel princess treatment in my family because I'm the youngest daughter, I'm the only daughter, I'm the youngest sister, so I get that treatment from my dad and my brother. That's why I'm used to it. But then like I think as soon as since I moved to Canada and like live by myself, and then like everything I experienced so far, like I was like embarrassed to admit that I was getting princess treatment from my family because it was like I didn't want to seem like a spoiled brat. But I admit that I get princess treatment, but I don't admit that I'm spoiled. I don't think I'm spoiled at all.
You're not.
Thanks. But yeah, I would get embarrassed to like admit these kind of things because I feel like that makes me seem like quote unquote like I'm not doing anything. I'm just like, spending people's like
you're
my
very
family's
much
money.
giving Lorelai.
From Gilmore Girls.
From Gilmore Girls. If anyone's seen it, it's like very much Erica in terms of like I want to do everything by myself, and it's like I think sometimes I'm the same. I think I was the same a lot more when I was younger. Like, because with me, I'm the oldest. So when my sister popped out, I just had to take responsibility, and all of the others, I'm the oldest in like the whole family. So it's like a lot of things I wouldn't be very much princess all the time, but still, like I'm my grandma's favorite, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, same.
Like, all the cousins know
too.
it because they're like, "Oh, you're the firstborn." Like it's so obvious, and like I always get more gifts. I always have better gifts, or like not better, but like whatever, quote unquote. And then with my dad though, at some point he started giving me more responsibility, which I appreciate so much because I feel like if I was like my best friend, her dad is very much like she's just a princess to him. That's it. With me, I do a lot with my dad, like together kind of thing. If we're going somewhere, I would be like, okay, I'll be like the navigator, and I'm like, okay, we need to go that way, or like, I don't know, like a lot of those things. It's giving more of like same input rather than he's doing everything and I'm just like there. That's not how my relationship with my dad work, which I really appreciate because in other parts of my life, I feel like I'm a lot more independent and I can take the responsibility. Yeah. But not gonna lie, when I'm with my dad, a lot of times I'm just like, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Yeah. And I think going forward in my relationship, I want to have that. I want to be so secure that I don't need to overthink, double check, all those things.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very conflicted with the whole princess treatment thing. Because, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, very, like, in the middle about it.
Like, are you saying, like, you're not sure if it's good or bad?
For me, personally.
Oh.
I don't know if I want it.
Oh, like, in your relationship?
Like, I'm very much in the middle.
I feel like it's not, like, either you fully have it or you don't. Like, I feel like it's still, like, a range.
Like, in between, like a balance.
Yeah, because, again, I'm not saying... I have friends who want the guy to do literally everything. Get money, like, go buy absolutely every little single thing, give them flowers every day, like, all that. I'm not that. Like, I'm more on the Western side of things. I still want to, like, pay sometimes. Maybe...
sometimes. Important sometimes. Keyword.
Sometimes. Give you a gift once in a while. Like that. But I don't know, this stuck with me when my mom told me this when I was like 7 probably. My money is my money and your dad's money is our money. So like my future boyfriend's money is our money, whereas my money is my money.
See, I
have a lot more spendings too.
Yeah.
I always justify it. I actually talked this in my case competition that women in general are buy now, justify it later kind of gals. I feel like a lot of us are like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whereas guys are like, okay, I don't need this. That's it. We're like, okay, I'm going to buy this mug and then I'm going to find the perfect solution of how to use it. Yeah. Even if you don't believe that that's the thing you need, you
just convince yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think girls spend way more. There's just so much more things that we need. Yes, so much more. Like coming from makeup, hair, even clothes. Not even range. That, like hygiene stuff.
True. Like very basic.
Just like basic stuff. You don't even need to talk about like makeup or nice clothes. Just like the most like bare minimum. We need more things than men do. Shampoo. They just get one.
Yeah,
we need
3
like
in 1.
3, 4. We need like cleanser,
shampoo,
toner, moisturizer. We need so much. It's like so many things.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and those are not like expensive stuff too.
I have my own spending. I can spend on my own spendings, but that means that you will be spending. You'll be buying all of our dinners. You'll be buying if we're shopping together. I expect you to pay for me. It's is like guide how to date Karina.
If anyone's interested, listen up.
No, but like it's funny because I always fight guys. I'm like, no, don't pay for me. I'll pay for myself. I think that's because I don't feel as comfortable
with them.
And
do you feel like if they end up buying something for you, you like owe them something?
Low-key.
A lot of my girlfriends are like that too, and I feel the same way. Even if they like insist on doing it. Yeah. But going back to that, like, your money is our money, my money is my money thing. This is like far in the future, but then like, can you think of like when you're married and stuff, and then you and your husband, like, yeah, do you think you would want to have a joint account? Like, like your all your money like together.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, okay, I'm thinking about it too early in. I think hard.
It is hard, right? Because I feel like marriage is like that makes sense. But then, see, because I was thinking about it, I feel like if we were to do that, it would make sense. But then at the same time, I would like feel bad all the time because I'll be spending so much more money. Because I like...
Oh, I wouldn't feel bad about that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm giving you my money. What the hell?
No, I would feel bad. Because it's like our money. And if I'm like always spending, because I know myself and I know I want to buy things, I want to like, you know, spend,
which is normal,
on like coffee and like nice stuff.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you will need a husband who will be like encouraging to get all those things. Because like my dad, for example, my mom is not like that. She doesn't want to spend things. Not because she feels bad. She's just like, like, why are we spending money on this? I can get coffee at home kind of thing. And my dad is very much, let me have my coffee in this coffee shop every single day. Like that kind of guy. So he always tells me, he's like go
just spend it.
Not really like just spend it, but like, oh, let's go get coffee. Like we all do it. I know if I'm with my mom, she won't do that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, I think you need that type of person. If you know you're the spender and you feel weird about it, you know, the type of person next to you who's just like, okay, just go get it. Like, you know how you're saying about your brother? It's like, just go get it.
Oh, yeah.
I think
because like if I want something, it could be like the smallest thing ever. It could be like $5, but I will overthink it and then convince myself to not get it. But my brother will be like, it's $5, just spend it. It's not that deep. But then I would like refuse to do it. I have a perfect example. I would spend things on like that. The way I spend my money is like kind of weird. I would have things that I actually need, but I will refuse to spend money on. For example,
you do that.
But then like certain things that I like kind of want, I'll be like, yeah, I'll just get it. For example, like my laptop charger, it broke, so I replaced it with something that I already have, but it's like very short. It's like an iPhone charger.
Oh.
So it's very short. So I can't even like connect it while using my laptop in the living room because it's so short.
That's why
like,
you're turning around.
That's why I kept turning around every like 5 minutes. And my laptop's also like dying, so it dies really quickly. It like randomly shuts down. So it's more useful if I just have it plugged in all the time. But because I changed my charger, my cable, I can't do that. And I like refuse to get a new cable because I don't want to spend that money. It's probably like $20 or less, but I refuse to do it. That's like the thing that I like don't spend my money on.
But then she'll go and get like
I'll get like a matcha or something and a pastry.
That's interesting.
Which would end up costing the same amount. So
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm very much like the needed one person. What do I need? What do I want right now?
I wish I could be like that. I really tried to, but I just can't.
Okay, one day you'll get there.
One day I'll get there.
But going back to the joint account thing, I feel like the way I see it is I think we'll have like a joint account, but then we'll both have our own credit cards. And then the way I see it is like if we are both like earning, let's say I'm earning 80, he's earning 100, and then I'll be giving my like, I don't know, 50% into joint account. He's giving his 50% into joint account. And then that we're going to like our rent or like house, mortgage, whatever.
Yeah.
And then our own money, we're just like, if he's going out with his friends, he's spending that.
His money.
Yeah,
exactly.
If I'm going out with friends, I'll spend that kind of thing. But it depends on what stage of relationship we're talking about. Because if I'm a mom and I'm not earning as much money, maybe I'm not earning some money at all at some point, obviously we're going to be using your money as well as the savings that we had. Like whatever, like that type. Actually, no, not savings. Never mind. My man's going to be making a lot of money and I need to work. But
yeah,
that's what I kind of see, is that the husband is making enough money for me not to work.
That would be nice.
But I'll still be working because I want to.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
agree.
my
perfect ideal relationship marriage.
Because I still want to work. I know me.
Yeah.
I'll get so bored at home.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But I don't want to, like, maybe there should be some part of the need part, because that will make me work more and like whatever. But again, depends on like what stage of we're talking. Maybe if it's 30, I don't want to be rushing around, and like I want to take more time to me, my health, spending more time with my family, probably even earlier for me, but like all those kind of things, not running around like out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But it's very interesting. Every time I like we discuss this passenger treatment.
Princess.
That's a whole different
passenger
thing. Princess treatment kind of things. Like back home, it's so normal. Like we get, okay, for everyone, yes, people don't know this, but like back home, so in Kazakhstan, a lot of times like getting flowers once a week is normal. And like we always joke, if you're in a relationship, you haven't gotten flowers or in a while, like something's off. You need to talk to your man. That's not okay. And the flowers we get, it's not like a small little bouquet. It's like huge pack of roses or whatever that is. And then when the chase is happening, that's crazy. Like I know girls who got flowers like every day. And again, they're like this big. And then all the other gifts as well. And then it doesn't even come of a question like, oh, we're going to split. That's not a question. Like you just come to dinner and you guys both know he'll be paying.
It's not the same for us back home.
Yeah, like for us back home is very much call it, I don't know why we call it Eastern culture.
Eastern culture?
We don't call it Asian.
European culture?
Call it Eastern. It's not even like not as much European as it is, I think, like
just Eastern in general.
Yeah, we call it Eastern.
Oh,
I don't
Eastern
know why.
instead of Western.
I guess. I don't know why we always say that. Like all the people who speak Russian will understand me right now, but like that, like Central Asian kind of thing. Not really Asian. Asian is a bit different too, I feel like. I don't know.
No, Asian culture is very much the same, but Asian as in like, not me, I'm Malaysian, but like Asian, we're talking about like Chinese,
China,
Taiwanese. I don't know about Japan and Korea. I have no idea, but I know Chinese and Taiwanese are also the same. Like very, very much princess treatment, like insane. Like the girl will not be holding her own bag.
When I see that around campus, I'm like,
all the Chinese couples you see, like the guy is always holding their bag, even if it's like a pretty little Chanel bag.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a
he will hold it, but I'm like, it's cute, but also like if it's nice, I want to hold my own bag.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're like at that level of princess treatment. Holding a bag is like a big thing for them, anyways. But for Malaysia, it's like I was gonna ask, because in Malaysia I know guys who like would do the same thing that we're talking about back home, like send flowers all the time, like huge bouquets, like really, really just buy a bunch of stuff. But all those guys are like insanely rich.
Oh, for us, no.
And those guys are like, probably some of them make their own money, but most of the ones I know are all like family money, like daddy's money, and I don't like that. But then I also know like girls who are in relationships, very healthy relationships, but they don't get that kind of treatment. But all of them, the guys are like working really hard. They don't spend their parents' money, but they can't afford to get all these things.
I would appreciate more.
The second one.
Yeah.
So that's like my question, like in Kazakhstan, is it like no matter like what status you are, they always do it? And if so, like how?
It's funny that you asked that, because I recently had a talk with my guy friends about that, because I know like even we were in like grade 7, You don't make any money when you're in grade 7, and the money that family gives you to like it's for you to eat.
It's for you, yeah.
Like it's not crazy.
Yeah.
Because I went to government school, so like my friends are pretty much average.
Yeah.
Not average. Yeah, I guess average.
Yeah. They're not like crazy
they're not.
rich.
Yeah, they're not crazy rich Asians. Not about us.
Yeah.
But I asked them like, how the hell did you end up getting a case like this?
Yeah.
And they said they always found ways. I never got a perfect explanation.
Really?
Like a very clear explanation. I remember it was something like, oh, I did like this. They started working really early too, like promoter kind of jobs, like, you know, giving out flyers. Or like, I don't know, my one guy friend group, they started doing this like flower delivery, like early, when it was like in 10th grade, whatever that was. Like getting money any way they could. A lot of them would still just like, parents would give them money to give the girl flowers if they know like in their relationship. I know a situation like that because they were in a relationship.
That's interesting.
And his parents literally gave him money to like, oh, it's like your 1 year anniversary, whatever.
Go give buy her something.
Give her something nice.
Okay. See, that's like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but then other ways, I literally have no clue. They just found. I know they went into like loans for some things. They would like get money from other guys. Like I know one of my friends, we were like in 7th or 8th grade, and the bouquet was like 25. Oh, yeah, it's like a lot of money. Yeah, basically, and like let's say $100, and then he would get like buy $10 from like each of his friends, whatever, and then give it back throughout whatever time it was. But the girl had no clue. That's why I've always been so also really weird about this whole flower or like gift thing, because I saw how much they struggled, and I know they will never tell. That's why I still don't think they gave me a clear answer, because it's just like the guy's secret, whatever. But kind of are expected. Like if you're on that level of like crazy rich Asians kind of thing, again, I know girls like that. They would have flowers constantly in their house.
That for sure. If you're that rich, you have to at that point. Yeah, like
there's no explanation why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know like both situations, like amongst my friends who are in Malaysia. So I'm always just like curious, like, because I feel like sometimes like you want the opposite. Girls who like gets all this treatment, but it's all like materialistic. Sometimes they just want a little handwritten note. Yeah, that's all they want. But then, yeah. So I feel like it's hard to satisfy.
I think it really depends on what type of, like, what's your love language and all of that kind of stuff.
Which you're foreshadowing our next episode.
I know, I said it and I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, but
do you think we justify a lot as women?
Justify what?
Our actions.
Oh yeah,
our purchases.
100%. Yeah.
I'm thinking a lot about this.
We do. Just like at home, like I know we do it as a joke, but like with Zoe.
Not even. It's like partially a joke, partially okay, true.
It's like, okay, I think the thing we justify the most is like, oh, you deserve it. I deserve it. Bitch, like, what have you done to deserve this? Like, be honest. What did you do?
Literally yesterday. Oh my god. So we're like all trying to do work. Yeah. And it wasn't working. Like, I don't know.
The work wasn't working.
I fell asleep with my laptop open. Just on the couch. And then we're like, okay, let's watch a movie. Because we did so much today. Yeah. We need to watch a movie. And then it was like a whole thing. We're like, we need a little treat.
Yeah, we say, we'll focus on the movie for 40 minutes. Oh, it's a show. It was an episode. Yeah. And then we will get back into work.
Yeah, then we're like, then one of our roommates, she was like, we should get a little treat because we did so much. And I was like, what do we do? Watch Criminal Minds? Like, what do we do?
No, we definitely justify like way too many things.
Yeah. But I think that also depends on your personality.
Yeah, like, no, for sure.
Some girls are like crazy in that sense. They're like, oh, I did so much. I need a rest. Yeah. And I think me and you are on the other side of this. We're like, we haven't done enough to even sit down right now.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
No, keep on running.
Yeah, I think one thing that I justify is like, okay, if I don't spend money today, or like if I don't get bubble tea today, I can get lunch tomorrow. You know, little things like that. That's what I justify on. But the like taking a break thing is, I don't know. I don't really think about that.
I do it sometimes just because work is not working, literally. Like, it was yesterday for me, and then I took a break, and then I finished the work. Like, it's more of, like, it's not going, and me sitting here in front of my laptop for another 20 minutes trying to do anything will not help, rather than me doing nothing for 20 minutes and then going back to
That's just you being smart, to be honest. I think that's just you being aware that your brain needs to take a break and get away, and then once you come back to it, you'll be more productive and efficient.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's just you being aware.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like aware.
It would be unjustified if you like didn't do anything at all, and then you're like, I need one more hour of break, and then I can get into it. That's like, you know.
I have friends like that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
They said I'm just so.
Yeah, but going back to princess treatment,
passenger princess. You want to be passenger princess? Or do you want to be a driver?
Oh, no, I don't want to be a driver. I will be the driver maybe like once a month or when I feel like driving, I will drive. But I like being picked up and you know. But yeah, even though I enjoy driving, but I enjoy driving only by myself.
I didn't know that. I thought you
like I do enjoy I think only in relationship I want them to drive, but anytime else like I'm perfectly okay driving. But that's only because I just don't like being bored. Like if I'm in the car for a long hour for like a long time, I'm like I'd rather drive and like have my attention somewhere, you know. But yeah. What about you?
Well, I never really drove like you did for like a while, like have my own car. Definitely a passenger princess though.
Yeah.
Even again, looking at my family, like all the relationship in my family, all the couples, it's always like the man is driving and is next to him kind of thing. Yeah. But sometimes my mom drives because my dad is hungover. I don't know if I can say this here, but like that kind of situations. And it always, in my head, it's so weird when I see my mom on the drivers. I was like, what? This is odd. And my mom's even like scared to drive my dad's car. Oh. She's scared to like.
Driving for like the girl is more normal for me and my family just because my dad like does not like driving. So my mom usually would like offer to drive.
I know my dad loves driving.
Yeah, in our family, once the four of us, it's always me or my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. No, for us, it's my dad. We don't have any other guys.
But that's like very peculiar for us. Like if like my mom's like friends would hear that like, oh, your daughter drives all of you, like they will find that really weird. Or like, oh, you're driving your husband's car and you're taking you guys on a road trip. Like they would never do that. One, not because it's like a man's job, but mostly because like they're afraid to do it.
Yeah, for my mom is also that.
But I'm very glad that my mom's not like that, and then she like trained me to be like, you know, very like okay with driving, because I prefer that. Like at least I know I can drive.
Yeah.
You know, when the time comes and I have to, I know I can. But
that's good.
Yeah.
But yes, same. My family is like, oh, it's safer if a guy drives, kind of thing. But I remember me and my friends wanted to go on a road trip, and then it was my best friend who was supposed to drive, so she's a girl, and she was afraid to go driving. And I felt they were like, driving, and I was like, yeah, and they were like, you sure? And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh no, her boyfriend is gonna drive. And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh.
So it's very much like, and I remember having a fight about that. And I was like, they're like, it's not even about she's a girl, he's a guy. It's just he has been driving for 3 years. She's been driving for like a year.
That makes sense.
And I was like, okay. And I was like fighting them. I was like, so misogynistic. You guys are not feminists. How dare you say things like that? And they're like, okay, Karina. And I was like, okay, you have a point.
Relax, Karina.
Literally. Because I go into these like, I don't know, this whole spiel.
I thought it was a mosquito.
Oh, no.
You were like,
I go into this whole spiel about how we need to be feminist. Everyone is equal. And then I'm like, actually, are you paying for dinner? Or when are we leaving?
That's what I see that about you, because you do that.
Yeah, somebody, I think it was you who was like, I don't know where to put you in like that or the.
I don't know if I said it, but I do think that.
Okay, for me, again, I think I found my balance with it because I used to be very much like, I'm doing everything by my own. Like, I don't need a man. I'll have my separate account when we grow up, and like I'll be so separated, almost to like not even having a boyfriend kind of thing.
You're like, I don't need you. You're just,
Yeah, you're just an accessory kind of.
Yeah. Accessory is a good way to put it.
And then I started talking to my girlfriends a lot about like relationship because they've had multiple ones, like long term, whatever. And they started explaining to me a lot about like the energy thing. That's why I said that first, is how a woman feels a lot better when she's been taken care of. And then I tried to practice that, see how I feel. And I did that. And I did feel a lot better. And I was like, okay, biology is not lying. And then now I'm just kind of trying to have kind of like balance both in my life. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not like fully sure because I'm not in relationship where I can like say, okay, this is how we do this. And I'm very comfortable with that. But like some things I know, like getting flowers, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Whereas literally if you asked me 3 years ago, I would be like, absolutely not. I threw out flowers. I've given back flowers.
Well, I only threw them out because I didn't want my parents to see them.
That's why I was like, I'm not. Like, I remember somebody sending me flowers, and I was like, I'm not taking this to my house. I just left it somewhere. Or, like, I gave flowers back in his face.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of things like that. So now I'm like, okay, let me be more feminine. Let me be more in my energy space. So, but I still want to work, and I still want to have a future and travel and do things I want to do, but I do want to be taken care of well.
And that's on period. It's good to have both because you want like your own life, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I would see like all these like videos like girls talking or women talking about like or just like showing their lives as like just a wife or like a girlfriend who doesn't really do anything. Except, like you just like spend your boyfriend's money, and like he's like happily doing that for you, and you're just like doing your own thing. You go to the spa, you go do your nails, whatever. And like a part of me was like, oh, that's really nice. Like that sounds so like just like so relaxed and so nice, nothing to stress about. But then like I don't think I would enjoy that like for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I would be happy.
I feel like I want to live like that just to experience it, but then only for a while. And then like I'll be like, okay, I experienced it, I can move on now. I just want to like know how it feels, but I definitely won't want that long term.
I feel like if I do find a guy who's like crazy rich and he will be like, you don't have to work, I'll do everything, like just relax and chill and go to yoga. I'll be like, actually, no, can you give me like this amount of money and I'll open my own business? Like I see myself doing that. If I'm in that position, I will take that money, thankfully, but I'll do my own thing. I don't see myself not having my own something because I just think I'll be very bored. If I'm bored, that means I will be so annoying to you that you don't even have the idea.
And I will cheat on you.
Okay.
Well, not you personally, but I just like, in my head, that's how I see it.
I think it's like when you can't make your whole life about another person. Like there are parts and times when it might be that way, and I think if you go through that, you're as stronger as a couple. But in general, I think both people in relationship need their own thing because that keeps the relationship going, kind of thing. That makes it healthy.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You're not here because you have nowhere else to go. You're here because you want to be here.
It also ties into the fact that you don't want to depend your entire happiness on your partner, because if your partner is gone, your happiness is gone.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And that's like something that I like have been trying to like remind myself of. And I talked to my friends recently about this because I wanted to ask their opinions and how they see it and stuff like that. And also just like when it comes to buying things for yourself and things like that, like I was like, do you want your boyfriend to buy things for you, or do you want to buy it yourself? And they're like, obviously it's nice if he would offer to buy it for me. But then I think one of them said like she kind of stopped expecting it and stopped asking for him to do it, just because like if she likes something and if she wants to buy something that makes her happy, she will do it. So then she's making herself happy. You know, it's not like all on him.
I agree.
So that's what they were telling me, and then that like made me like see things clearly, like clearer too. Because I feel like I'm so like my head is like so foggy with these kind of things. Because I feel like I have friends who are completely like solely princess treatment. Like I don't want to move a muscle. I don't want to spend a single dime. But I have also friends who like literally like they enjoy spoiling their boyfriend, like doing the opposite. They like paying for stuff sometimes, not sometimes actually, like a lot of times. They like buying things for him and like spoiling him.
I think that's very much will go into the love language episode.
Yeah, so it's like I'm like I see both sides and I'm like, I don't know like where I'm leaning towards. So I think I'm still like very much trying to figure that out, because
I think it's just like depends on who you're comparing yourself to. Like if I'm comparing to my friend from back home, like this one specific girl, I'll be saying how like, oh, I'm way more like independent and all of that. But then if I take someone from like here, let's say, I'm taking examples from different countries just because it's more distinct. But
it's like a huge culture thing, like culture plays a huge part in it, yeah.
But even if I take someone from back home who's a lot more independent and whatever, I can do the exact same thing and be like, I'm a lot more girly, I'm a lot more princess treatment than her, but then I'm a lot more independent than my other friend. That's how I see it. Like I don't try even to put myself into a bucket because I know I won't be able to, but there are things that I'm just trying to take best of both worlds. Being the most Libra I can't be.
Exactly. But I feel like social media plays a huge part in this too, like just like seeing like what other people's relationships and like listening to like other people have to say. You know that one girl who like is always like, protect your feminine energy, how to make yourself attractive. There's so many
girls like that.
Yeah, just stuff like that. It's like all over social media. So I feel like that's also like a huge influence in like how people think, how girls think, especially.
Yeah, younger girls.
Younger girls. Yeah.
That's true.
So I don't know if like, I feel like it's kind of toxic sometimes.
It is. Even for me, because I haven't been in relationships, sometimes I look this and I'm like, yeah, I am doing something wrong. Maybe I am like not opening my female chakra. Like, I don't know. And then what like brings me down to earth kind of thing is when I talk to one of my friends. She had multiple relationships. She's very like aware of things, even though she is toxic sometimes. But I talk to her and I'm like, okay, what do you think about this? And she's like, okay, let's be real, like this, and then that makes me feel a lot better. I'm like, okay, that's one person's opinion. Even if like 100 more people agree with him, that's still one person's opinion.
Yeah.
Whereas the balance that you need in your life, that's very personal. Like if I want to pay for you once in blue moon, and if that's okay for me and that makes me and you happy, I'll do that. But if that's not okay for someone else, it's not okay for someone else. You can't change the way the person is.
Yeah.
It's just about I think it's about the finding that right person that's okay with how you want things to be. And you're okay with how he wants things. It's all about the balance, baby.
Yeah. Do you think like, sorry, because I feel like this whole like concept or like the way you know, like providing and whatever, I think culture plays a huge part. Your upbringing plays a huge part. People around you and like social media, everything played a huge part. I don't think you're just like that as your own, right? So I feel like, say two people like they love each other, but then like, well, I guess it's like a love language thing, but like their love language is like completely different. Like they are used to things different. They're used to different things. Their upbringing is completely different. Do you think like the love can be stronger? Like they will like,
I want to believe that
I guess compromise or change for each other.
I think it can be.
Yeah.
It's all about the work that you're willing to put in. Like again, in the perfect world, you would just meet someone and it would just be perfect.
Yeah, but that doesn't exist.
But it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work
Mm-hmm.
on your relationship, any relationship, to be honest. You have to maintain it. And I think if you're willing to put in the effort to do all of things, change the way that person is used to saying
Or
things,
whatever, yeah.
whatever it is, I think it can work.
Mm.
But I also think that's a big part of when people are not communicating effectively and on time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the crack in a relationship starts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of relationships just don't exist as much as they could have.
Mm. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I feel like I also think that it can work because you just have to put in the effort and like understand what your partner like needs or wants. But then like I think a part of me feels that if you're constantly like if it's very much one-sided,
That's not fair.
like it's not fair, but it's also kind of like throwing your like belief away. It's
Yeah.
like what you're used to, what you
It has to be
believe in.
compromise.
Yeah.
It has to be, we have to meet halfway through.
Mm.
Which is hard and really easy to say in a concept, but like actually doing it is so hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know how y'all guys doing that. But
I think the biggest like thing for me is to keep your relationship private. Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to like constantly talk about your relationship and like share little things like details.
Yes.
Because you're gonna get comments and like what people think, and people are gonna judge you, and they're gonna
And
say
will
all
get
these
in your
things to
head.
you, and they will get into your head, and then you will just overthink things, and then you will you could potentially ruin something that's like was completely fine.
Yes.
You know? And I think aside from keeping relationship private, also just like that's easier to do, but what's harder to do is like comparing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's something that I feel like is very important to just like not like look at how other people are getting treated, how other people's relationships are like, because you don't see the full picture either.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't know everything.
You don't
That's
know everything.
I always think about.
Yeah.
You literally don't know everything. The things that we see on social media,
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very small piece of a puzzle.
Yeah, I know couples who like would post all these like cutesy things on social media, but like I later found out that he was literally abusing her, and she was so unhappy and stuff like that. So never trust what you see. Like that is like don't compare, especially if it's social media relationships.
Yeah, like just think of how if I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think more important than what you said is like not throwing everything you want believe in for the other person, because I think when you're in love, that can happen quite often.
Mm-hmm.
And the important thing is just to be self-aware and to think like, okay, I know that you want it this way, but I don't want to change my whole personality because this is the person you want.
Mm-hmm.
We're either working on this together, or you need to find this ideal person in your head.
Yeah. So. And if you choose the other one, the latter, I mean, the ideal person might not exist.
It might not exist.
Yeah.
It might exist somewhere there, but it's not me.
Yeah. It could exist, and then once you meet them, you think that they're ideal, but then you find out that they're not what you want, and then you want the old person back. I feel like that happens a lot too.
Yeah. I think a lot of times we all have this perfect partner, and we always talk about this in the house or in general of like, what would your like perfect date, perfect this, ideal this, and it's nice talking about these things, but in reality, when you live it, not necessarily ideal or perfect. Like,
I think we just romanticize things a little too much sometimes.
I think I like this little life.
I think I like this little life.
But yeah, I love romanticizing things because I'm not a romantic person in general. So when I romanticize things, I'm like, I'm living in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think romanticizing things is good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're the main character, and you are the main character in your life.
That's like exerting like more positivity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a good thing. Being delusional to a certain extent. Like, don't be don't create crazy scenarios in there.
Yeah.
That's not gonna lead to good things.
Yeah. Like, does it ever get too much princess treatment?
Yes.
For you personally, yes. And then will that, like, if your boyfriend is treating you like too much like a princess, would you find him unattractive?
Yes.
I think so too.
I think we're the same in that sense. Like,
yeah.
I think I don't want to. Sure, whatever. I think for me, it's when the chase is too much that I
like an
don't. Egg. Yeah, it's becoming an ick. Like, I know girls who are not like that, but for me personally, like, live your life, man.
Yes, I 100% agree.
I can't be the center of your life. But what's funny about it is every time I watch a movie that's like, he did all of this because he fell in love with that girl when they were like 16, and then he's a millionaire now because he wanted to like prove it or whatever. I find that so attractive.
Okay, see, but that's different though. I like that too. But see, he's still like working really, really hard, even if she's like her reason or her motivation. That's still fine. That's not, I don't think that's princess treatment. I think that's just love.
I don't know, like a lot of movies, like my favorite rom-coms are that trope.
No, I think that's good too. I like that very much.
But then when they're doing that to me, I'm like,
I don't think so. I think the ones you've experienced so far are different.
Yeah,
those are too like clingy,
10,
too
15
like
years
obsessive.
We'll yeah, because when it's too obsessive, I'm just like,
I feel
like you. Yeah. I'm watching You right now, the series on Netflix.
Not me, guys. The series.
That's crazy. I'm just like,
obviously, because he's a stalker.
No, but I'm like, I didn't find him attractive any second of that show because I'm like, you are like, that's too much.
You are a psychopath.
Yeah, some girls want the guys to be obsessed with them. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Please live your life. Please.
You know what though? If you're obsessed, at least keep it low key.
Yeah, true.
You know, I was just thinking the rom-coms you're talking about. I feel like most of them are, say, like they built this like $1 million company, and she was his reasoning or his motivation.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's cute, and it's cute because like he doesn't really tell her all these things. It's like he's doing it like himself, like low key, and then she finds out like later on. You know, it's never like, I'm doing this for you. You know that? I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
Watch me do this for you. It's not like that. It's icky when they do that.
Yeah, I think it's when he does all of that, and then whatever the review.
And then she finds out later on.
Yeah,
you know? Like that's cute. Because he didn't feel the need for her to know. He's happy just like doing it for her without her knowing.
I think it's different. More. I don't think he was doing it for her. I think he was doing it for him to prove himself that he's worth.
Yeah. That's good.
Whatever.
That's good. Double thumbs up.
She said, that's good.
That's good. Yeah, I also think it can get too much, and I feel like I agree with what you said. And also, just like to add on, I think it can be like, I don't know. It's just like what are you doing, man? Like, come on, like.
Live your life.
In
get a job.
In a more toxic way, it's like be a man.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't know, just
like stop clinging on to me, that kind of thing.
No.
Yeah, and I think if it's too much princess treatment, it's also they can get a little soft.
Yeah, I don't want that. Please.
Exactly.
Please.
So find your balance, gentlemen.
Yeah, but again, it's for everyone. It's different.
Yeah, it is different. Yeah, some girls like it, so whatever your girl wants, you just do that.
Yeah. For me and Eric, I think it's just very similar in terms of we're like, okay, he's chasing too much.
Yeah, like we want the treatment, but not
crazy.
Fully.
Yeah, not crazy. Okay, well, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
The moral.
My moral is to keep your shit private in general.
But then we always talk about this here, so I don't know how private you're keeping it.
I'm still keeping it private. I'm talking about my how I think, but I'm not talking about like my personal experiences.
True. I agree on that because if you're putting something out there, it's like my perspective would change on Erica's relationship, on Erica as a person if I heard something about her relationship.
Yeah.
And you can take that back.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me, the moral is just trying to find your balance.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly,
you don't have to be princess treatment, everything, like back thing. Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
But I do kind of not even expect, but like, it is normal for me if a guy gets me flowers for nothing.
Yeah,
just because I exist.
The just because gesture.
Yeah.
No, I like, yeah, that's good.
Like those things.
Yeah.
So it's like, find your balance.
Find your balance. If it makes you
And
happy, then
communicate that.
Yeah.
That's very important in relationship. Please just communicate. I know it's hard saying things out loud and just saying it person, but it's needed, and you'll have a healthy relationship. Also, I think this is my first episode wearing glasses. So hello, anyone didn't know?
You look like
glasses.
a professional, like a coach.
No, it's just I was really didn't want to put context in today, but that's it. That's wrap.
Let's wrap it up.
Have great relationship, people.
Live, love, laugh, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.